Do you often find yourself caught in the cycle of feeling that your efforts are never enough? As if what you do is just not enough. You have to do more, be more, achieve more, dream more. Take a breath if any of that resonates. As women, we often face external pressures to constantly overachieve, to people please, to nurture, to be everything and beyond. This can lead to self doubt and a persistent belief that we're always falling short. As a result of always falling short, that mindset of not enough gets fueled even more. We find ourselves underneath a blanket of shame, guilt, expectation, pressure, permission, and as a result, we get burnt out, overwhelmed, resentful, angry, stressed, anxious, you name it. And I'm here to share with you a couple of tips and strategies on how to rewrite that not enough narrative so you can embrace your true worth, reconnect to your authenticity, and really start to step away from that inner critic that is giving you judgment, comparisons, criticism, because you do so much. I know that you do. And why I think it's so powerful to share these strategies and how to start rewriting your not enough narrative is because you get to change your story, to change your life. Women are more likely to struggle with this mindset because so often during childhood, we take in these experiences of worth, of value, of expectation. We live in a loud, stimulated world where there's so much value placed on doing. It's as if the world around us would rather us be human doings than human beings. We internalize these concepts, fuels the inner critic, and we find ourselves, saying, I just got to do one more thing before I get water, one more thing before I do blank. You are enough. You're good enough. You're worthy. So take a breath, take a break, grab a pen and some paper because I'm going to share with you these hot tips for day 5 of my 5-day live series to empower overachieving women to break away from that not enough mindset. Because I'm here to be a part of the movement that is empowering women to break away from those triggers. So, that being said, if you're like, Des, I want way more of this already, there's a link in the bio for an event that I'm doing tomorrow. It's free and it's really diving deeper into 3 keys specifically to break away with the not enough mindset. They're powerful, they're proven, they're heart based, and they're yours. So just click on that link. And the first thing that I really want to share with you on how to start rewriting that not enough narrative is to bring in some self compassion. I know it sounds easy, but it can be really difficult, especially again as women. We are taught to be nurturers, to, be caregivers. As a result, we're giving our cup and energy into so many people around us, our friends, our families, our colleagues, the nice lady at the store. And it can be really difficult for us to feel safe and even know how to bring that self compassion into ourselves because no one teaches us how to do it. We are taught how to take care of others. So, how can you really start bringing some self compassion into your life today? How can you really start to feel safe in your own mind and feel safe in breaking away from that box that is having to do more? Giving yourself permission to be. Do you need to write a little love letter to yourself? That's an invitation I give to you right now. Set a timer for 2 minutes. You can do anything for 2 minutes and just write a little letter. Hey, Des, hey, Julie, hey, Pascal, I just wanted you to know that I'm so proud of you, that you're so amazing. You see, overachieving women and perfectionists, we tend to have short lived achievement periods. So we're always thinking about what's next. We slowly over time stop celebrating ourselves, stop recognizing and acknowledging all of the things that we do. And as a result, that muscle of self worth, of confidence, of worth, of good enough gets a little bit weaker. No judgment, it's not your fault. Again, we live in a loud world. So write a little letter to yourself, bring in that self compassion. Maybe give yourself a massage. Go for a nice walk outside, grounding in who you are, not who the world expects you to be. Because you are amazing. I love you. You're worthy, you're good enough, and you're fudging amazing. I promise. So that first strategy, that first key to rewrite that not enough narrative is to really bring in that self-compassion. Because as you are changing your story to change your life, that inner critic is going to get a little louder. That inner critic is going to be like, oh my goodness, Des is trying to get rid of me. It's going to go into that space of survival, and it can come up with lots of fears and excuses and judgments as to why to not be compassionate to yourself. When the inner critic gets triggered, there's this thing that happens in the brain called memory recall bias. And imagine is like a wild monkey that is really good at going through all of the past experiences you've ever had and pulling bits and pieces from each one of those experiences to fit the narrative of the inner critic. So if you've ever been like, oh, I'm having this thought of being, not good enough or being irresponsible, um, the monkey, that memory recall monkey, is going to be going through all the times in your childhood and your past experiences that will validate that. But the thing to remember, that monkey is only picking fragments of it, not the whole story. So as you're bringing in self-compassion, I invite you to just really go into that space of empowerment. Say that you are stepping into this from a place of choice, not obligation. Overachieving women tend to do so much from that place of obligation, like I have to, I need to. No one else will. That space of obligation, it makes us tight. Hold that tension in our bodies. Bring in that choice, bring in that compassion. And remember, you are in control, even if at times it might not feel like it. The brain can be really powerful, which makes sense because it's a part of you. And you are so powerful. So, first key, self-compassion. The second key that I want to share with you is really start to recognize your inner strengths. Again, when we're in that overachieving perfectionist mindset, we end up slowly stopping to celebrate and recognize all the things that we do. Over time, we go into that mindset of lack, that mindset of not enough. So let me know in the comments, what's one of your strengths? Is it you're compassionate, you're empathetic, you're resilient, you're brave? Make a list of your inner strengths. Maybe every Monday you write something that is you, that is strong, that is inherent to you. It's part of your divine blueprint. Whether it's your humor, your ability to make an amazing cup of coffee, your ability to snooze the alarm 10 times, which again just shows persistence. Don't judge your strengths. The inner critic will come up with some judgments because that's what the inner critic does. But just remember that in each of these exercises, you are rewiring the mind and re-regulating the nervous system. Because the mind can be a very powerful thing, as you know, but also so can our body. Our body is like a beautiful detailed map of the subconscious mind. It holds all of our trauma, our experiences, our thoughts, and our beliefs. That's why if you've ever told yourself, I am not going to do that again, and the moment happens and you're like, I did it again, it's because we're having these physiological sensations that are pulling us back into past experiences. So really just start to recognize your inner strengths. Let me know one of them in the comments. Write me privately. Step back into your authenticity, your strengths. And if you're like, Des, I can't think of any of my strengths right now, think about what were some of your strengths as a child. Oftentimes, these mindsets of the overachiever or the perfectionist, they start in our childhood. And again, if you want more information on that, check out my Day 2 series where I talk about the origin story of the inner critic. But think about, what were your strengths as a child? Were you curious? Were you inquisitive? Were you playful, creative? Start giving yourself that recognition, even if you have to go back in time to do it. Give your strengths some acknowledgement and some validation. Validation allows you to feel seen and heard, and you deserve to be validated and seen in everything that you do. Even if in the beginning, it's just you validating yourself. But know that there's a girl over here in California who will validate you too. P.S. That's me. I'm Des Caminos, by the way, and I'm an embodiment coach and somatic practitioner. I empower overachieving women to break away from that mindset of not enough. I work with stored experiences in the body so that we can really get to the root cause of these things so you can truly live with more clarity, time, fulfillment, a deep inner trust in yourself, and freedom. So, that being aside, to recap, the first key is to bring in that self-compassion. Go into that space of safety because we're really able to heal and grow a lot faster when we're feeling safe. So remember, you're amazing. Be kind, be gentle. The second one, recognize your inner strengths because you are so gosh darn amazing. It's time to shift out of that mindset of lack and not enough and into the powerful, abundant soul that you are. Because I know that you are. No questions about it. And the third thing that I want to share with you is to take action. Awareness is a beautiful thing, but without action, it can leave us feeling stuck, limited, resentful. It can fuel the voice of the inner critic and put us even more in lack. So take action. Because, let me know in the comments, drop a yes if you struggle with hyper awareness. Overachieving women tend to, because we're so used to multitasking. We're so used to doing so many things. We're so focused on what's next that we end up having a stacking list of to-do lists. Our to-do lists get bigger each day as opposed to getting smaller. Those short-lived achievement periods as well, putting us in that space of survival and tension. We can find ourselves maybe procrastinating or avoiding things that we should be doing or that we want to do because we're so busy doing so many other things. Oh, I really want to do this. I want to take action around my lack, around my not enough mindset, but I have to send this email first. I want to go to this networking thing, but I have to do this first. Take a breath. Have something ice cold. It's a great way to regulate the nervous system, especially when we're doing things that cause us stress or anxiety. And think, what action do you want? What action is going to fill your cup up? The inner critic is going to be super resistant, and that not enough mindset is going to come up with that memory recall bias, the long list of things why you can't take action. Oh, you can't spend 2 minutes writing a letter to yourself because blank, blank, blank. You can't be compassionate to yourself because you did blank, blank, blank. You deserve to take empowered action. Action that is for you, not for anyone else, but for you. Because you are amazing. You deserve action. You deserve action for yourself. And if you're looking for some more empowered action steps to take, please join me tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. It's a free community event. Again, it's for overachieving women. And I'll be sharing 3 keys to break away from the not enough mindset, so you live with more clarity, time, fulfillment, and of course, freedom. So think about what action you can take. Writing a letter, joining me tomorrow, contacting somebody else for support, taking a bubble bath. Whatever it is, you deserve it. Give yourself that permission. And know that if you need any support in that, you can always send me a private message. I'm here for it all. Everyone, I hope that you have enjoyed this day 5 of the 5-day series to empower overachieving women to break away from the not enough mindset. You deserve to rewrite your story because you are the author. And the truth is, every story has multiple chapters. If you're ready to step into the next chapter of your life, of your worth, then you get to write what that looks like. Whether you do it with a pen and paper, you do it with a visualization, or you do it with an embodiment coach named Des, you deserve it. And again, anybody who wants to join me tomorrow, check out the link in the bio, and I will see everyone hopefully tomorrow. Have an amazing day, Radiant Soul.